Today we read this book that describes the suffering. The Age of Injustice. The story is set in 1815, the 7 defeats of Napoleon Waterloo. French society was extremely unstable at the time. People at the bottom live in poverty and despair. Author Victor Hugo. Not just a great novelist, a thinker and a humanitarian. Through the book of miserable people, to explore a larger proposition. The fate is miserable. But Hugo's ultimate goal, not just show the darkness. The more he wants to find out. In such a dark world, the light of humanity as kindness and love. How sacrifice can bring salvation. The forgiveness of Bishop Millie saved the soul of Vanity Fair. And the altruistic love of jeans. Let's consider a new life. The miserable people. It's a story about how to live in pain. The story of searching for light. Read this book. It doesn't just help us understand the complexity of human nature. It can also bring a kind of spiritual vibration. When you seek, but let the choices and sacrifices be repeated. You will understand. Even when life is full of injustice, love and kindness are still beliefs worth enduring. He used tragedy to write out of hope. Light the light with suffering. That's why the world, it will be passed from generation to generation. Become the heart of everyone. Great books to read once. The whole story. Talk about an honest worker. You're guilty of stealing a loaf of bread. Aid to hungry families. 19 years of hard labor. After he got out of prison, he was ostracized by society. Almost completely submerged. But the kindness and tolerance of a bishop changed his life. He then used his strengths to help others. Doing good. Try to live with dignity. The opposite of this is lifelong perseverance. A detective writes about the law. Clear principle. But in the end, it's impossible to reconcile. Conflict between law and conscience. We can only destroy ourselves in conflict. The novel is interspersed with tragic experiences. Fuang's carpet herd, marry up, and the idealism of young people. The blood and fire of the Paris uprising. Through these characters and events, Hugo describes 19th century French society. Big crack. A deep contradiction. Xin Van Gen, main character. Born into a poor family of farmers. Parents died as children. He was raised by his sister. My sister is too rich. Living alone with 7 kids is hard. Until Xin Vongjiang was 25 years old, he took the position of deputy. Help me raise my child. To repay the nourishment that year. This responsibility, it's almost become the most important belief in his life. Even to a slightly excessive degree. The glory of youth. Do paid work for wages. Work hard. But still reluctant to live. Until a cold winter. He'll never find a job again. Food in the house. 7 children are waiting to eat. Not to let them starve. He fled. To steal a loaf of bread. But in the process of fleeing, he's under arrest. Lost bread. Injured arm. Accused of being a criminal. He was eventually brought to court. Sentenced to 5 years of hard labor. During his days in prison, I always remember my sister in my heart. And those 7 kids. Do they have someone to take care of them? Can we survive? Because of thinking and worrying. He can't sleep. He kept trying to escape. But 7 defeats over and over again. First time fleeing arrest. The second 3-year sentence was 7 defeats. 5 more years, the third time still 7 defeats. 3 more years is like that. When you read here, I'm afraid I can't help but sigh, just for a piece of bread. One lost 19 years of freedom. How many years can a person have? In 1815, he was finally released. 19 years in prison and labor. Make him quiet. For never laugh. Never shed a tear. More serious testing has just begun. He carries a permanent label 9. During his detention, Jiang Wine Palace has tasted the torture. I also deeply feel the injustice of society. All sowed hatred for the world in his heart. The night after jail, he goes around the street knocking on the door. Many times deported. People just need to see him, face painting contempt and fear. Because he's a criminal, everyone is afraid of the inevitable. No one wants to give him a little warmth and a chance. As soon as he's 7, almost desperate, a bishop opened the door for him. This bishop's name is M. He's a priest. Bright and honest, holy act. He's respected locally. To be loved. But when I met him, Miran is 75 years old. But Xinvang genes do not know what kind of person is in front of him. He just took the yellow paper off. A prisoner's identification card that symbolizes shame. Give it to the bishop. He said coldly, "You don't have to wonder where I came from.